Today, February 7th, 2026 marks 20 years since the release of an influential, widely acclaimed hip-hop record. Sadly though, in just 3 days, it will be the 20th anniversary of the album's creator's death. That artist is Detroit's J Dilla, and the album is his final work, 2006's Donuts. If you're wondering who J Dilla is, you're not alone. I know he's not the most mainstream name, but his work has been incredibly influential. He's regarded by many, including the likes of Madlib and Pharrell Williams, as one of hip-hop's best beatmakers. During his short life, he worked with A Tribe Called Quest, Common, Pharcyde, MF Doom, and many more, creating innovative, jazzy, sample-heavy beats that help those rappers push their music into new territories. In his 33 1/3 book on J Dilla's Donuts, Jordan Ferguson discusses not only the music itself, but also how close listening to Donuts reveals it as the sound of a young person facing his own mortality. Hey, it's Matt. Thanks for tuning into Loud Lit. If you're looking for a quick but thorough discussion of J Dilla's life and work, Jordan Ferguson's 33 1/3 on Donuts delivers. If you're not familiar with 33 1/3, it's a collection of short, pocket-sized books, each dedicated to a single historically significant album in popular music. I've got a ton of these in my collection. Everything from the Ramones to Kendrick Lamar, Beach Boys, Pearl Jam. The list is huge. It was launched in 2003 by Bloomsbury Publishing, and the series features a diverse array of authors offering their perspectives on the cultural, historical, and personal impact of the album they're writing about. In the beginning of his book on Donuts, Ferguson gives a history lesson about the early days of hip-hop. He focuses on the transformation of producers from invisible figures serving the MCs as the real stars of the record to artists in their own right. Using Marley Marl as an example, Ferguson shows how the producer role evolved to where they became integral parts of not just the creation, but also the promotion of hip-hop music. This leads into a summary of the so-called 6 commandments of hip-hop, rules that DJs and producers have generally agreed on since the 1980s. Things like no sampling from hip-hop records and don't sample more than one element from a record. That's when we get to J Dilla, who was notorious for breaking all the rules. Going against the grain within an already rebellious art form, Dilla, or JD as he was known early on, attracted the attention of artists who wanted to push their music forward. He produced 2 albums for A Tribe Called Quest, Beats, Rhymes, and Life, and The Love Movement. Both were very different from their previous classics and were not as well received by fans. Same with Common. He wanted to follow Like Water for Chocolate with a more ambitious approach. J Dilla helped 2002's Electric Circus move in a more eclectic direction. But despite critical praise, the album didn't match the previous album's commercial success. Undeterred, Dilla kept making the kind of music he wanted, unconcerned with rules or album sales. While working with independent label Stone's Throw, he not only found a company that believed in him as an artist, but also cared for him as a person. The love of his Stone's Throw family would be a major comfort in his final months. As Ferguson details in the book, much of that comfort came in the form of helping Dilla complete his final album. J Dilla, whose birth name was James Yancey, died just 3 days after his 32nd birthday, after a long battle with both lupus and a rare blood disorder known as TTP. Despite the disease causing painful swelling in his hands, Yancey pushed to finish his album, editing both at home and in the hospital. Donuts was released on February 7th, 2006, the birthday he celebrated shortly before passing. After detailing J Dilla's life, influence, and the creation of his final album, the book gets even more interesting. Here, Ferguson discusses philosophical ideas of death, dating back to ancient thinkers like Epicurus, through the existentialists and other prominent writers. He then moves on to Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief: denial, postponement, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, and shows how, throughout Donuts, we can hear Yancey experiencing each of these stages as he comes to grips with his own impending death. Now, this is just one author's interpretation, and when listening back, I didn't interpret all of Ferguson's examples in the same way he did. Still, it's a thought-provoking take that may alter your perception of the album. Donuts is an excellent record on its own, but the tragedy that surrounds its creation is inextricable from its greatness. Ferguson's reflections on it just might make this already enjoyable and influential album take on a new poignancy for you. and make you think more deeply about J Dilla's music and life itself. Thanks for listening. If you want your own copy of Jordan Ferguson's book on J Dilla's Donuts or any other 33 1/3, click the bookshop link in the show notes. When you do, you'll be supporting Loud Lit, as well as independent booksellers. After reading this book, I want to learn even more about J Dilla, so I'm planning on ordering a copy of Dilla Time by Dan Charnas. And of course, I'll be reviewing that one once I've read it. I also included a link to the James DeWitt Yancey Foundation. This is an organization founded by J Dilla's mother, Maureen "Ma Dukes" Yancey Smith. The foundation honors her son's legacy while supporting youth music education. You can learn more at jamesdyanceyfoundation.org. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please rate, review, and subscribe so you can keep getting music book recommendations like this one. Until next time, keep reading, keep rocking.